Hi, welcome to the Eating Well in the Workplace series. I'm Anita Diaz, dietetic intern with Employee Wellness, and today we're going to be talking about breakfast. Let's get started. Starting off with the three components of a healthy breakfast, the most important thing to remember is that you want to have all three of these in order to get the most energy out of your breakfast and keep you full and satisfied until lunchtime. Starting with carbohydrates with fiber, these are things like fruits, vegetables, beans, and whole grains. The reason we want carbohydrates with fiber is because fiber is one of the satiety nutrients, meaning it will help keep you full, and it also contributes to blood sugar balance. Stable blood sugars throughout the day are important because they prevent energy spikes and crashes. Steady blood sugar means steady energy. That brings me to protein, which is another satiety nutrient that also contributes to blood sugar balance. Research shows us that consuming carbohydrates with the source of protein reduces glucose spikes, so always try to pair protein with carbohydrate sources for the best blood sugar balance. Lean proteins are things like white poultry meat, tenderloin and sirloin cuts of pork and steak, fish, eggs, and plant sources of protein like beans, nuts, and seeds. The last component of a healthy breakfast is healthy fats. Again, fats will contribute to satiety and blood sugar balance. Healthy fats will come from things like olive oil, nuts and seeds, nut butters, eggs, and fish. So remember, the three components of a healthy breakfast are fiber, protein, and fats to help keep you full and keep your blood sugars stable. One method you can use to ensure you're including all three elements of a healthy breakfast is to use the healthy plate method. A healthy breakfast plate will include half vegetables and fruits. This is where your carbohydrates with fiber will come from, along with some carbohydrates and fiber from the 1/4 of the plate being whole grains. The last quarter of your plate will be protein, whether that's eggs, fish, or any other protein you enjoy. You also have your healthy fats that can come from cooking oil, such as olive oil, and for your beverage, you can enjoy a coffee, tea, or water. Try to choose unsweetened beverages or beverages with low added sugar content. I do want to mention that all of the components are separated on this healthy plate, but you can definitely combine the elements and still have a healthy breakfast. For example, you can add the vegetables into an egg scramble or an omelet, or you could use the whole grains and protein to make a breakfast sandwich. Just use the plate method as a checklist to make sure that you have all of the elements you need on your plate. Now that you know what elements go into a healthy breakfast, let's talk about making it. Mornings can be stressful, and that's why preparation is key for making sure your breakfast isn't adding more stress before the day even begins. Having healthy breakfast foods prepared ahead of time takes the guesswork out of figuring out what to eat when you're short on time, and makes it convenient to grab and go when you're running out the door. Items like breakfast burritos, hard-boiled eggs, energy bites, and overnight oats are all things that you can prep on the weekend or the night before and have ready in the fridge for when you need it in the morning. If you don't have time to prepare ahead, make it easy by sticking to the basics, things that won't take a lot of time to prep. Things like yogurt parfaits with frozen fruit and low-sugar granola, breakfast sandwiches, low-sugar instant oatmeal with fruit and nut butter, and energy bars with some eggs and fruit are all things that could be made fairly quickly in the morning if you only have 5 or 10 minutes before you need to head out the door. Know how much time your schedule allows for meal preparation, and keep your fridge stocked with whatever foods make the most sense for you. If you aren't bringing breakfast from home and you want to eat at the cafeteria, we have some tips for you as well. As we've already discussed, protein plays a big role in keeping you full and satisfied, so focus on your proteins to make sure your breakfast will hold you over. Try out an omelet for a breakfast that combines both your protein and your vegetables into one entree. If you choose a breakfast sandwich, you can ask for whole wheat or whole grain bread. Consider pairing refined carbohydrates, things like bread, bagels, and muffins, with a source of protein. If you're looking for a way to add some more fiber into your meal, the fruit bar is an excellent place to look. You can also use the fruit bar when building a breakfast a la carte. Choose a protein source like hard-boiled or scrambled eggs, add on some fruit and some other sides. Lastly, choose beverages that are unsweetened when possible. These are some examples of what a healthy plate might look like if you're getting breakfast from the cafeteria. So we have an omelet with lots of veggies, whole grain toast, and some fruit on the side. We also have some scrambled eggs with fruit and a whole grain bagel. We have a yogurt parfait with fruit, nuts, and granola, and some hard-boiled eggs for extra protein. And for beverages, we have some plain black coffee or tea. But if you're an iced coffee drinker, I did want to point out that the cold and crafted iced coffee drink in the cooler section is a lower sugar iced coffee option that's easy to grab and go. So these are some examples that you can try out in the cafeteria the next time you grab breakfast. Thank you so much for watching this week's installment of the Eating Well in the Workplace web series. We hope you learned some tips for breakfast, and we're excited to see you next week for our lunch series.